You are listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to Noel Johnson. Noel Johnson.
Noel Johnson
On Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Lockdown Radio. Radio.
Radio. Lockdown Radio.
Live today. Lockdown Radio.
It's a Danger Zone. Kenny Loggins on Lockdown Radio. Right, we're going to be talking about that topic. Of course, last night the president had his little speech and he told us what was going to happen next week, Thursday, Friday. And I really wanted to find out today what you guys had to say about it, because it was quite a big deal and a lot of people were waiting in anticipation for it and they weren't quite sure which way it was going to go, and whether he was going to relax some restrictions or what was going to actually happen. So I got some comments on voice note on 064-134-0020. Let's hear what some of you had to say.
I personally think he's doing the right thing. It's a job I wouldn't want to have, and it's decisions I wouldn't want to make. So I think what he's doing is what's fit and right for now in protecting the people of the country in terms of not losing hundreds of thousands more. I think that we do have the potential to hit the high numbers like the USA, and I think that if there's any way that we can prevent that, then we must do that. In saying that though, my situation doesn't change, so I can obviously only go back to work once the school's open. So it's a long lockdown for us, really. Most of the parents or the moms that have to take care of their kids, we're really on lockdown till schools go back. So in saying that, the fact that cigarettes will be sold was the highlight of his message last night, and I think there were many cheers around, so that we have at least one vice whilst going through this wonderfulness.
And I suppose parenting is a hard job at the best of times. You might just need your little cigarette every now and then.
Yeah, morning, Noel. My feelings on the president's speech. I think he's opening up things a little bit too early, personally. We haven't even screened 1% of the country. We don't know how bad we are really infected. Yeah, we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg yet. There's a whole big block of ice there that could bite us and put us into full lockdown for a second time.
So you reckon we're going to get frozen through this?
I'm extremely proud of our president, and I'm behind him 100%. Everything that he has done and is doing, I trust all his decisions, and I'm behind him 100%, really. I take my hat off to him. Huge, major decisions. We've got people that are starving. They have no food. I mean, he's had to make decisions based on, our poorest of poor, not just the richest of rich. So, yeah, I'm really proud of him. Go South Africa.
A good afternoon to all of the thousands of Lockdown Radio listeners. My thoughts on the President's address last night. First and foremost, I am continually disappointed by his lack of punctuality.
You're not the only one.
First of all, his speech is going to be at 7, then it's going to be at 8, then it's going to be at 8:15. He eventually went on air at 8:45. Now, in the world of business, if you are an hour and 3/4 late, that is considered to be most unprofessional. Anyway, notwithstanding that, let's get to the contents of the speech itself.
Thanks, man.
The smokers will, of course, be very, very happy that they can get their nicotine fix as of next Friday without having to pay 3 times the price for their chosen addiction. On the other hand, the drinkers, and I include myself here, are very disappointed that we still can't get our fix until level 3 is attained. Now, whether the levels are going to be changed on a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis, who knows? But we do all wait with bated breath as to when we can buy our booze. The guts of the speech, overall, he's doing a tough job, and obviously with a team of informed advisors and experts, I think he's made the best of a difficult situation. We have all survived this far. It's only a week to go before things start to gradually return to normal. Let's just be strong and stick together.
Okay,
Bob the legend.
Okay, just a correction there, Bob. It doesn't necessarily mean at level 3 that we're going to get alcohol. That could be as late as level 2. So just keep that in mind as well.
G'day, Noel. I find it was a fine balancing act that Cyril Ramaphosa's got to do. To appease everybody is going to be very difficult. We need to get back to work. We need to earn money. Same time, we need to save people's lives. As an estate agent, I need to be able to see people, and I still won't be able to do that by the looks of things. Have to wait and see also what Itugueni is going to do, in the sense of, are they going to keep it at level 5, although he's dropped it to 4. He gave the municipalities the power to decide what level they want to be on. We do know that Itugueni is a hotspot, so got to wait and see what comes out of that.
All right, I specifically kept this voice note as the last one that I'm going to play, and for a number of reasons, but I just want to share a few of my thoughts about last night. I thought last night was a whole lot of nothing going on. Okay, great, it was awesome, but it was more, there was no real intangible information other than you can buy cigarettes next Friday coming through. Okay, pretty much the lockdown has remained the same. There will be a few little things opening up, which remains to be seen. We haven't quite got that information yet. It's going to be apparently addressed today by ministers from different fields, and they'll be talking about it today. But here's the thing. Last night on my show, after the speech, a lot of people started making comments about, almost feeling free again. And I just feel that I need to reiterate the fact, and it was mentioned by Andre as well in the last voice note, it can change at any time. We might, the president says we're going to stage 4, which is not very different to stage 5. I'll let you know. There's only a few little things that are going to come through. But he might change his mind before we get there next Friday due to scientific information that comes through. They can change their mind at any time. And what Andre mentioned as well, which is very, very pertinent, is that different metropoles have their own opinions as well. So, for example, we can go down to stage 3, for example, on a national level, but eThekwini or the Western Cape or Gauteng, they can decide on their own whether to keep it up at stage 4 and stage 5 at any time. So what I'm trying to say, based on the speech last night and based on what a lot of the callers are saying, great, awesome job. He said a lot of nice things. He didn't say a hell of a lot. We didn't read a lot of information out of it. But great, we're in a good space. We're going down one level. We're starting to ease some restrictions. But it is still our responsibility as public to adhere to the lockdown restrictions in each stage and level, because if we do not and this thing gets out of hand, we'll be going back to stage 5, and there's no guarantee that we won't go back to stage 5. So keep that in mind before you go stand in long queues next week Friday to buy cigarettes, and don't practice social distancing and things like that. Think about what you might be doing, because they can change from stage 4 to stage 5 at a drop of a hat. And if they need to do it, I assure you and guarantee you they will do it. And do not forget that there's going to be another 73,000 Defence Force units out on the streets as well, policing this. So keep that all in mind. The speech was great, and yes, we are moving in the right direction, but we still have a responsibility to abide by the lockdown regulations.
Hello, this is Dr. Eve, and you're listening to Noel Johnson on Lockdown Radio.
But with all that said, we are South African, and as the President said, we are all very resilient, and we bounce back, and we've all got a pocket full of sunshine. So here we go.
You are listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to
Noel Johnson.
Noel Johnson
Noel Johnson
on Lockdown
Radio.
Radio. Lockdown Radio.
Live today.